There was some talk about Ozzy Osbourne being in poor health a couple of days ago. He was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease in 2019, but he passed away this morning, according to his family, surrounded both by his family. 76 years old. Of course, in his heyday, we all know the story about biting off the head of a bat and him being Prince of Darkness and stuff, but he mellowed out and became reality TV star, if you want to call him that. And then people got to know his family and knew him in a different way. He had a farewell tour just a couple of weeks ago, and so, yeah. He was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame twice, once as a member of Black Sabbath and once as a solo artist. Let's see what else. The Osbourne family gave a statement to People that said, and I quote, "It is with more sadness than mere words can convey that we have to report that our beloved Ozzy Osbourne has passed away this morning. He was with his family and surrounded by love. We ask everyone to respect our family privacy at this time." Now, again, he had that farewell concert on July 5th in Birmingham. When this the last time he was seen publicly. And despite the numerous health challenges, in February of 2025, they announced that farewell fundraising Black Sabbath concert in his hometown of Birmingham, England. And that was his final concert. His first in 20 years with the band that made him a star. By that time, he was unable to walk due to the Parkinson's. But he was very happy to be coming back and very emotional about it. He talked on Sirius XM radio show saying that about his condition. He said, "I have made it to 2025. I can't walk, but you know what? I was thinking over the holidays. For all my complaining, I'm still alive. I may be moaning that I can't walk, but I look down the road and there's people that didn't do half as much as me and didn't make it." So again, he was diagnosed with pneumonia and suffered a fall in Los Angeles that required a neck surgery in 2019. He said it's been challenging for all of us. In June of 2022, he underwent a extensive surgery, which, according to his wife Sharon, would determine the rest of his life. And the operation was to remove 2 metal plates that had been screwed into his spine in an earlier surgery. He went back on stage August of 2022 for a performance in front of 30,000, the 2022 Commonwealth Games in Birmingham. And he spoke and he said, "That's the only thing that reminds me I'm getting older, things going wrong and not working anymore, but I still feel young at heart." So, yeah, in March of 2023, canceled a string of then tour dates, writing on Instagram, "My singing voice is fine. However, after 3 operations, stem cell treatments, endless physical therapy sessions, and more recently, groundbreaking Cybemex Hall treatment, my body is still physically weak." Let's see. And then when he was talking about his touring, never thinking he'd be that way, he said, "If I can get back to where I can tour again, fine. But right now, if you said to me, can you get back on the road in a month? I couldn't say yes. I mean, if I could tour, I'd tour. But right now, I can't book tours because right now I don't think I could pull them off." Of course, Ozzy Osbourne is not his real name. His real name is John Michael Osbourne. He was born in Birmingham, England on December 3rd of 1948. He was the frontman of the heavy metal band Black Sabbath that formed in 1968. So some of their songs is Black Sabbath is Paranoid, Iron Man, War Pigs. In 1978, he launched his solo career. That proved equally successful. And the infamous onstage moment with that bat occurred in 1982. Bat may or may not have been alive, depending on which version of the story you believe. Crazy Train, one of his hits. No More Tears, If I Close My Eyes Forever, was a 1988 duet with Lita Ford. That became his only top 10 hit on Billboard Hot 100s. He got a Lifetime Achievement Award at the Grammys in 2019 and holds a total of 5 wins and 12 nominations. Let's see. On the reality show, we probably a lot of us maybe knew him the most through there or saw a real side to him, right? He was there with his wife and his kids, Kelly and Jack. And the Osbournes. And of course, Sharon was on the talk show, The Talk. He said in a 2017 episode of The Talk, "It's a journey, really a marriage. You go up, you go down, you make mistakes. I've learned a lot this year." And Sharon said, 35 years with someone is a hell of a long time, and I think I fell out of love with my husband and then fell back in. I just have a newfound love, and I respected him because he's seriously trying to be a better person. So that days ago he was diagnosed with Parkinson's. Sorry about that. Hi, Elle. Hi, Tree Dog. Hi, Starflower. You loved Ozzy. Hi, Debbie Zito. Good to see you. Hi, Christine F. How are you? Are you out of the hospital yet? Elle Cassie. Hello there. Yeah, Theo, we talked about that last night. He died. Yep, in Costa Rica. Hi, Nocta8. How are you? Hi, Jen Grill. I'm not even in live chat, so that's not good. Yeah, 76. Diagnosed with Parkinson's in 2019. They had just mentioned something recently. I mean, just days ago, I heard that somebody was saying something about maybe, I think it was like he wasn't doing very well. And then I thought you're still in the hospital, Christine? Oh my gosh, I hope you get out soon. Let's see what else we have here. There's probably a lot of tributes coming in for Ozzy Osbourne. Tributes are flooding in. Let's see. Let's see. What do we have here? Sir Elton John posted on Instagram, "So sad to hear the news of Ozzy Osbourne's passing away. He was a dear friend and a huge trailblazer who secured his place in the pantheon of rock gods, a true legend. He was also one of the funniest people I've ever met. I will miss him dearly. To Sharon and the family, I send my condolences and love. Elton XX." Ronnie Wood said he's very sad to learn of Ozzy Osbourne's death. From the Rolling Stones, obviously. "I'm so very sad to hear of the death of Ozzy Osbourne. What a lovely goodbye concert he had at Back to the Beginning in Birmingham." Smashing Pumpkins said, "We love you too, Ozzy. When he says, 'I love you,' he does." Ozzy Osbourne's X account shares a heartbreaking tribute. And that is, hold on 1 second, if I can, that's what I read to you before. It is with more sadness than mere words can convey that we have to report that our beloved Ozzy Osbourne has passed away this morning. He was with his family and surrounded by love. We ask everyone to respect our family privacy at this time. Sharon, Jack, Kelly, Amy, and hold on, I'm just getting to see who else, and Lewis. Okay, and so lots of fans weighing in, lots of other performers weighing in. Let's see who else is speaking out about this. Okay. Shabana Mahmoud says, an honor to have celebrated the extraordinary life and legacy of Ozzy Osbourne just weeks ago. Devastated to hear the news of his death today. One of the greatest gifts my city gave the world. My thoughts are with his family and Ozzy's own words, Birmingham forever. Metallica. Let's see. Put up something with a broken heart and a picture. Again, born John Michael Osbourne, December 3rd, 1948, in Aston, Birmingham. He left school at 15, did odd jobs, including factory work, before teaming up with his school friend, Geezer Butler, in several bands. And then allegedly he heard the Beatles music and decided that's what he wanted to do. He married Sharon in 1982. He has 3 children with her, Amy, Jack, and Kelly. So here they're saying 2022. He revealed he had been diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. In other places they say 2019, oh my gosh, 2019, not 1919. Oh my goodness, 2019. He had extensive spinal surgery in 2023. He had a fall at home in 2019, which aggravated injuries from a near-fatal quad bike crash in 2003. Let's see here. Ozzy's final Instagram before his death was a touching tribute to his band's last show. That was Sunday. He took to Instagram to post an image of a poster that was hanging outside of his dressing room door, the final show earlier this month. The photo showed Osbourne and his bandmates with the words, "Back to the beginning." He did not caption the post. On Sunday, let's see here. Yeah, and his passing comes more than 2 weeks after he performed his final show on July 5th in Birmingham. Earlier this month, Kelly responded to rumors that her famous dad was dying. She clarified that Ozzy, this is what I'm talking about that I had heard, was not dying, adding, yes, he has Parkinson's, and yes, his mobility is completely different than it used to be, but he's not dying. What is wrong with you? She added. That's what I remember hearing. Okay. Let me just find where you guys are again here. Somehow can't find the live. Where are you? Okay, here you are. Okay, so yeah. Hi, Linda. Did you hear this one, Linda? Ozzy Osbourne, 76. July 5th, his last concert in Birmingham. Farewell tour. Farewell concert. And, yeah, sad news. Hi, Captain Lee. How are you? But I was saw this and I said, well, we had Malcolm Jamal Warner, who passed away yesterday out in Costa Rica. Apparently he was swept out to sea. They got him to the shore, but he was not able to be saved. Yeah, he was in that concert on the July 5th. He couldn't walk. He couldn't walk anymore. But that's what we have. Let me see if there's anything else before we part ways. Let me see here. Lot of tributes going out to him from musicians, all kinds of fans, of course. Let's see. I read to you what his family had posted. See, they're all over the place with when he was diagnosed with Parkinson's. I'm looking at something now that says he was diagnosed with Parkinson's in 2003. However, he didn't speak about it publicly until 2020. Now, earlier they said 2019. So I think a lot of people thought when they watched his reality show that, that may be true. But, I don't know. I'm not his doctor. I can just tell you what I've seen here put out as information. In 2003, he almost died in an ATV accident when his quad flipped onto him. He was riding around his London estate. In 2022, the Mama I'm Coming Home singer underwent surgery to remove and realign pins in his neck and back. Now, see, they're saying that's 2023. So, yeah, their years may be a couple, 1-2 years off. I don't know, with putting this out there. And then you don't know when the difference is from when he announced it to when he had it or was diagnosed, right? Yeah. Let's see here. When asked if he ever thought about his own mortality, Ozzy said he felt optimistic about his future as he looked back on the past and said, at effing 73, this is when he was 73, I've done pretty well. I don't plan on going anywhere, but my time's going to come. Let's see. I told you about Elton John. The Osbournes, the MTV reality TV show, ran from 2002 to 2005. I used to have these Osbourne pens that had these like bobbleheads on them. The star had relocated from Birmingham in the UK to the US, and the Fly on the Wall show showed his family life with his wife Sharon alongside their children Jack and Kelly. They had colorful language, laughing, and small dogs. It was a cult hit. It won a Primetime Emmy. Simply just showed the family eating, puttering around their house, and being themselves. The audience loved them for it. It also showed just how popular reality TV could be. It was probably the first early reality show at that. In 1982, when he infamously bit the head off of a bat, something he claimed he did as he thought it was a toy, and which he had to receive rabies shots for. Let's see here. UB40, Allie Campbell put an Instagram post paying tribute to the Black Sabbath frontman, saying, "You didn't just shape a culture, you defined it. You led from the front and you never looked back. My thoughts are with Sharon and the entire Osbourne family during this time." Yes, absolutely. May he rest in peace, and prayers for his family and friends and fans. Let's see. The band, his final gig, they performed a string of their hits for 40,000 people in a stadium and millions on a live stream. They were joined on stage by a string of rock royalty, including Billy Corgan, Steven Tyler, Tom Morello, Ronnie Wood, and Youngblood. Their final performance raised, I believe it's $140 million for charity, according to the event's musical director, Tom Morello. Concert film celebrating the legacy of Ozzy Osbourne and Black Sabbath is set to be released in 2026. Okay. Yeah. That's about the size of it right now for what's out there. So just wanted to bring that to you. I'm going to let you guys go and do what you're doing. Treasure life. It's gone in a second. So your parents are older than him. So are mine. But they're not here anymore. All right, everybody. God bless, be good, and be kind, people. We'll see you later. Take care.